Being Nate Diaz is no job for the ordinary. An iconic fighter to say the least, it's his antics and presentation that have won the hearts of his fans time and time again. And his statements always get his opponents riled up against him, whether they settle it out in the octagon or not. Similarly, Diaz started a verbal war against UFC lightweight veteran Justin Gaethje. Their rivalry started back in 2020 when Diaz took to social media to mock Gaethje's 2020 submission loss to Khabib Nurmagomedov. Diaz posted, "Bruh got triangle choked from the mount, what he talkin' bout," referencing Gaethje's claim that Khabib had to walk through hell to defeat him. Gaethje didn't hold back in his response to Diaz, stating, "I ain't your bruh, you jealous b" at Nate Diaz 209. Then things went silent for the last few years. Until recently. As the Stockton Slugger sat down with the HJR podcast, Diaz talked about Gaethje's call-out and onslaught, and how he takes those shots when he's so much older than these fighters. While addressing this issue alongside Quinton Rampage Johnson, Nate Diaz said, "But now there's fools that are like 10 years younger, like in the UFC after me. Or 12 years after me, and they're like, dude, you're AB, I'm like, why you talking to me like that MF?" He further added, "For real. Yeah, just like all them. Like Justin Gaethje when he came out. He got in the UFC in like 2016 or some sh. And he's like, he's AB, this, and he's a that. And I'm like, bro, I'm not demanding respect or anything. But like, why? Why would I even acknowledge that? I should beat your ass when I see you. Now." For one, we can add Gaethje to the long list of rivals that Nate Diaz has in the fight game. Unfortunately, he may also go down the list of fighters Diaz has a lot of beef with, yet they never fought. Diaz, known for his unorthodox fighting style and resilience, has always been a fan favorite. Gaethje, with his aggressive approach and willingness to engage in slugfests, has earned his legion of supporters. One can imagine them both earning a standing ovation if they ever fought. But what's next? Will we ever see Diaz return? Maybe yes, maybe not, but he does have a whole set of opponents ready to fight him even after being long gone from action. Why? Just like Justin Gaethje, Diaz has often taken shots at fighters who, in return, have responded with an onslaught of their own. The fan favorite doesn't try to stay relevant, his potential opponents do that for him. Despite his inactivity in the fight game, Diaz has always kept his competition on its toes. Nate Diaz is famous not only for his performances inside the octagon but also for his fiery personality and numerous feuds with fellow fighters, some of whom he never actually faced in competition. These rivalries are often fueled by personal animosity, different fighting philosophies, or promotional conflicts. Yet they have become an integral part of Diaz's storied career. One of Diaz's most notable unresolved rivalries is with the former UFC lightweight champion and now coach, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Their animosity dates back to a physical altercation at a World Series of Fighting event in 2015, where Diaz reportedly slapped Nurmagomedov. Diaz has been openly critical of Khabib's fighting style, once stating, "FK Khabib, that was funny. Khabib is the worst. Just look at him, he ran off, he's a jock. It's not my style of fighting. I don't like it." In another instance, Diaz also took a shot at Khabib's teammate and the former two-division champion Daniel Cormier, criticizing his wrestling-heavy approach. In the same interview where he discussed Khabib, Diaz lumped Cormier into the category of fighters he deems not real fighters, saying, "Yeah, that's cool. If that's how you fight. But the style in general, he's not a real fighter. Him, DC, Daniel Cormier, certain guys. I'm just not interested in that kind of fighting at all." Even Dustin Poirier couldn't stay off this list. After a potential bout between Diaz and Poirier was teased multiple times, with both fighters expressing interest. They were scheduled to fight at UFC 230. But the match was cancelled due to injuries and contractual disagreements. Diaz has taken shots at Poirier on social media since then, questioning his toughness and calling him out for backing out of fights. Poirier, in turn, has responded with his own barbs. But the two have yet to meet in the octagon. In 2023, he stated, "If Diaz comes back, I'll beat him up." So, will we see Nate Diaz fight again? That's a question only Nate Diaz has the answer to. So far, there have only been hints of his return to the fight business. But we don't even know if he'll return to MMA or boxing. One thing is for sure, his admirers haven't had enough of him and want him to return. Will he answer their call? What do you think? Let us know in the comments.